All right. Thank you, Rich. Thanks everybody for joining tonight. So much going on, obviously, as we get into the new year and construction really picks up and projects start to finish. So I'm really excited to get you guys up to date and show you all that's going on. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here. All right. So we always like to start out with our core values. Good to, base ourselves while we're here. Local. We will emphasize buying locally sourced food and products. Environmental sustainability. Centering environmental sustainability in everything we do. Vibrant and engaged community. We seek to be engaged with and benefit all residents of our diverse community. And financially strong. We will run a financially strong and successful community-owned business. That kind of runs into our next thing that I wanted to promote because I thought the board did a great job with it. And this is no butt kissing at all. I thought the board put out a really cool New Year's resolution message. And it really was a promise to all our ownership and really all of Fredericksburg that we're gonna get this grocery store open this year, and we're not going to forget why we opened it. Those four core values, and we're going to focus those in everything that we do. So if you're not getting our emails, shame on you. Sign up, get our emails, and our board letter is on our website or on Facebook if you haven't read it yet. But I thought it was a great job and a great message from the board. And I think going forward, we'll hear from the board a little more often, maybe monthly or every other month, with a little bit of update of the important work that they do as we get open this year. Kind of our fifth core value, I would say, or kind of 4B, is accessibility, of course. And we've talked about this a lot. I'm not gonna go over all this stuff again, but just wanted to show you a little bit of progress. Got our logo here on the Fresh Match coupons. So if you remember, the Fresh Match is the way to double your SNAP dollars and get it 10. And I think during the pandemic, they've gone up to $20 in free fruits and veggies when you pay with EBT. So you can see our logo here. You'd be surprised how many emails and meetings it takes to get your logo on a state document, but we are here, and I'm excited that we're going to be opening the store with this great program. And big thanks to Virginia Fresh Match. I know Ernie is on the call. Ernie, thank you so much for support, and yeah, we're excited to be the only grocer in Fredericksburg offering this program, and I think only the 5th grocer in all of Virginia. So a really cool thing, and a way to hopefully differentiate ourselves from our competition. Pretty cool. All right, into the construction pictures. That's the fun stuff. So this was our big walk-in cooler freezer edition. You can see over here this photo on the left. This is what it was. This is what we inherited, which was this loading dock that was too steep and too narrow to use. And one of our owners and jack of all trades, Andy, recommended, well, why don't we fill that in and build on it? And it was a great idea. I don't think he realized it was going to cost us, almost $150,000, $180,000 to do it, but it was a great idea. And you can see the progress here. This is after it's been filled in and the structure's been built. The city would not allow us to just have the coolers facing Forbes Street here. They thought it too ugly for some reason on what I would say is a somewhat neglected side street. But anyway, we had to build this very expensive building to put them in. And then here, the project just got finished up really a couple weeks ago. These are the walk-ins that are now on them. This is the door from the outside. So deliveries can come right up this ramp and then into the walk-in freezer here. And really this, it sounds like an expensive project, and it was, but if you've heard me talk about this before, this really sets us up for a lot of growth. We obviously we plan on being very successful and having all of our owners and neighbors come shop with us, and this really sets us to be, I think, $15 to $20 million store annually without feeling too crunched, and already falling over ourselves. So this really gives us the space to grow and expand the store the way we think we're going to be able to. Tile work in the epoxy floors are in. So this is all the tile in the kitchen. It's going to be our beautiful deli that you come in and shop at and get your grub. And we've got a bunch of other tile work around the store. These epoxy floors are in slip areas. So they're in produce, the back room produce, and in all the other walk-ins for slip resistance. This is a little diagram of our indoor and outdoor seating at the store, and I just finished up all our furniture ordering for this week, and we actually had more seats, more space than we thought, and so we're actually going to have 70 seats. And that sounds, if that sounds cramped, I promise you it's not. I actually ended up taking a few out to make sure that I'm a big guy. I like to keep my seat far back from the table. So I hate it when I'm just bumping chairs in with the person behind me. So I don't think we're going to have that situation at all. And man, really excited to have all this seating. Really allows us to be the gathering place and the community place that we want to be. Coolers are coming. This is just a couple of them. The bulk of them all come in a week and a half after the floors have been finished. Our new entrance. So this was a brick wall before we started. This hall was just a solid brick wall here. And now this is the very south end, I guess, of the store that we'll enter and go straight into the store at. And this is the foyer that's been completed. This is, of course, is our founding owners room in here. So we're really excited about this room and see this project and the entrance to the store getting finished. Well, this is awesome. And if you haven't seen the video of this, it's on Facebook. It's the 14,000 pound refrigeration rack unit getting put onto the top of the building. And watching this, Andy was with me videotaping. Watching this was pretty amazing how they can take this much weight and size and drop it on a dime. This was pretty cool. And this is the brains basically of all our refrigeration equipment. This will control all the temperatures and defrost cycles and blah, blah, blah. So that was a big deal getting that up there. Okay, a little progress report. Construction getting closer and closer, as you can see. Decor and construction troubleshooting. That is definitely a daily job. I have newfound appreciation for the term site conditions. Site conditions mean something that architects didn't plan for, and contractors didn't plan for, and interior design people didn't plan for, and they pop up every day with things that, oh, this beam is here, this wire is here, this pipe has to go here. And so constantly finding solutions to that and making sure that we stay on track and stay hopefully aesthetically pleasing. Ordering and setting up our point of sale system. The point of sale system ends up becoming, the most important piece of equipment and technology we buy. It houses all of our product database and all of our ownership database as well. So getting that project started those past couple weeks. Still ordering some of the final equipment. Like I said, we just ordered a lot of our furniture for up front, and still some smaller coolers and one-off pieces to order, but wrapping all that stuff up and getting it planned for delivery and installation. Just signed our internet and phone contract today, and getting the store wired for all that good stuff. that can be a thing that holds stores up sometimes, getting on people's installation schedules and making sure the store is wired correctly, and all the guts and the brains of the operation. So we're not going to let that slow us up at all. Human resources work. We're hiring. We've been hiring. We actually have one official employee besides myself right now. We'll introduce her later if you haven't seen her yet. And we've hired a few more people too that we won't announce just yet, but we still have management positions out there. Check out our Indeed or our Facebook or our website for those links, and we'll have more in the coming days. And then in about a month or so, we'll have kind of a bigger job fair, kind of hiring fair, probably at the co-op. We're still planning some of those final details. Starting to talk to locals about seed orders and getting us crops and goods for opening day and beyond. That's a big job, and it's been fun to start to do a lot of that planning with our local growers and makers. Of course, working on our marketing plan for our grand opening in all of 2021. How we market this store and how we get out into the community and let folks know we're here is a big job. It takes a lot of change to interrupt somebody's shopping habits, and that's kind of what we have to do. It takes a big message. So it's a big job ahead of us, and we know we want to reach out to all of Fredericksburg and let them know that we're here and that we're the grocery store for them. And then setting our grand opening day, of course. So this is a good example of why I'm not a marketer at heart. I had all these awesome meetings just last week and didn't take a single picture of them. If Rich LaRochelle is shaming me, I can tell he's just wagging his finger at me. I can't see him right now, but I'm sure he's doing that because if Rich was here, he would have had a picture of all of these meetings. But I thought A, would highlight why we need a marketing person who I'm about to introduce to you. But B, just what kind of some of the cool opportunities and meetings that I get to be a part of because of this awesome co-op. So Melissa Hurt was with Green Street Growers. They're up in Maryland. They're the folks who are putting together and installing our green wall, our living plant wall in our cafe. That was awesome. Kashif Majid is a marketing professor at UMW. He reached out about some food waste ideas, and he's thinking about putting on a class soon in the fall semester about food waste and all the different aspects that go into food waste, including a lot about the grocery store aspect and how we can be a part of it and how students can come in and kind of use the co-op as a case study. So really, I mean, food waste is a big kind of pet project of mine. I love talking about it, trying to reduce it. A lot of work's been done out there on it, and we're excited to kind of be a helper in that in Kashif's new class next fall. Patrick Andrews, who's a local metal artist, has a lot of his work at Artful Dimensions. Working with him about an idea of putting some really cool sculpture somewhere near Route 1 or near the corner of Route 1 and Princess Anne, some kind of food-related sculpture that we're not allowed, our signage opportunities are so limited on Route 1 because of certain Fredericksburg code, which I totally understand. But this is somewhat of a workaround, is a way to put some kind of a sculpture and artwork on Route 1 that doesn't necessarily name the co-op, but references us by having some kind of food image, fruits and veggies, farmers. We're working on some sculpture ideas to have out on Route 1. This is far away from happening. It's just the beginning of a meeting, but it was really fun to meet with Patrick and start to brainstorm on ideas. And then Adam Schwartz, of course, many people know him because he is a co-op owner and a co-op consultant for a living. And we met about how he wants to help the store. So he is quite the co-op historian, and knows more about food co-ops and really just all co-op industry, across many industries that I know, maybe save Rich here. And Adam's going to kind of help develop a program of a little co-op 101 to help train a lot of our management team and staff on some of the history of co-ops and food co-ops and their kind of role in society. So we're really excited and grateful for Adam to help and be a part of this and helping me get my staff trained on kind of the diverse history of food co-ops in this country. And then of course, I'm not that bad of a marketer. I can plug Adam's cooking class while I mention him. He will be doing a traditional Jewish food class next Tuesday. I think it's 6 o'clock. And yeah, we're going to learn all about latkes and whatever else. So I'm excited about that. And I just want to show you the green wall again because I'm dang excited about it. It's going to be awesome. And there it is. There it's going to live in the cafe, our cute little cafe. And back to me needing marketing support. This is our first official hire, really. Kimberly Cartier, we're so excited to have her. A lot of people might know her throughout town. She's on a bunch of boards. She's in a Rotary. She's got her own plant business. She's one of those people who just doesn't stop moving. And gosh, the marketing department needs that because it's such a huge job. Her energy and enthusiasm is really going to help carry us. It definitely, blew me away. And I'm just really excited and honored that she wanted to join our team. And so Kimberly, awesome. Welcome. Thank you so much. And she's got a lot of friends out there. Boy, we put a Facebook post out there and I swear it got more comments than I've ever seen before. So I think she's got a lot of friends out there, which will be good. She'll get them all to come shop at the store. And like I said, we have hired a few more managers. I'm really excited about the team that we've brought together so far. And we'll be announcing those kind of throughout the week and month. All right, so some of the things Kimberly is going to be helping me with is our grand opening planning. This is billboards. These are, different billboard maps of what billboards are available in the area. This little star is our store. So here's a bunch of billboards. This star is Giant. This star is Wegmans over here. So they were showing me kind of options potentially around other stores to do. So yeah, we're looking at using, we have a decent sized grand opening marketing budget, and we are thinking about the best ways to use that, and billboards might be one of them. This is the billboard that's actually right across from the co-op, if you know of it. So this is, well, there's Highway 1. That's not exactly it. Let's see, where is it? That's really Princess Anne, isn't it? Anyway, it's like on Princess Anne, across the street from the co-op, across the street from Captain D's. Probably not the best billboard for us because it's so close to us, and it's also kind of obstructed by that tree, as you can see. But anyway, it's cool to look at what options are out there for us and strategically think about where we want to catch the most drivers. Billboard advertising, I guess, is way up in the past since the pandemic because it's a way that folks are still reaching people in their cars. One of the other pieces of our grand opening strategy is door hangers. So going door to door and telling people who we are and giving people coupons, encouraging them to get over to the store. So we're currently kind of planning out and mapping out all the neighborhoods and houses that we want to hit and when. And this is just a little myriad of door hangers that I've done before at the last store I was at. And yeah, I kind of putting all these together, I realized, man, we really like green, but I guess that was my marketing director. She loved green. I know ours are going to be a little louder because our colors are orange and green, so we're gonna have some funky, beautiful looking door hangers, but that's going to be fun to design and then distribute. So I talked about troubleshooting some of the decor issues. This is a little snapshot of all the elevations in the store. So this is every single wall in the store, viewpoint in the store, and what it's supposed to look like. And then so I go to these and I look and I say, hey, there's no power here. What the heck? There's no power for these lights. Or, hey, there's a giant duct in the way here of this sign. This duct was not on the plan. What happened? So anyway, just a little kind of picture from our interior design plan, and a look at the elevations throughout the store and kind of some of the troubleshooting that goes into that stuff. Another piece of our interior design that's starting to come together is all our local farmer signs. So kind of throughout the store, we'll have a bunch of big blown up posters that'll look a lot clearer than these images, I promise. So this was a really cool project to do. We did a bunch of photo shoots out at farms, and got a lot of these great images, and really excited to kind of finalize these and see them come together, and they'll be throughout the store. This little map. So this is going to be our kind of state map. Now we're not going to use Wisconsin because that's not where we live. But this is a lot of co-ops. I've seen a few of these from co-ops around the country, and this is currently kind of my favorite one that I've seen. This is from Menominee Market in Menominee, Wisconsin. But so that's there. That's kind of, if you can imagine what ours is going to look like based on that. So we'll have Virginia, and we'll have Maryland and West Virginia and North Carolina below it. And then we'll have a pin kind of where where we have a local vendor kind of from all those states. So it'll be a really cool place, and kind of, it'll be right in the foyer when you walk in, kind of a way to emphasize what we care about in our local partners, right when you walk in the door. And speaking of local partners, this is the guy who's building this sign, Jesse with Burley Man Wood Specialties. And that's him apparently hard at work, or just posing, I'm not sure. But either way, he's an awesome local woodworker, and we're excited to be using him for this project and a couple other projects really throughout the store. Signs, another big part of our, getting open and marketing efforts is making sure that we have good signage. So this is not 100% ideal because it's an existing pole, and we're actually not allowed to make changes to the pole based on certain city code, but we are allowed to take over an old sign of a business that's not used anymore. We are allowed to house that. So we are looking to design something. This will be right on Route 1, a little bit away from the road, maybe 35 feet away from the road. So you will see it, coming up. You'll definitely see it driving south on Route 1, and you'll see it for just a flash when you're driving north on Route 1. But it's been a lot of fun. To be honest, it's been a lot of headaches working on a lot of the signs for the store and the signs attached to the store. There always seem to be certain troubles with the signage, but we're gonna do our best to have great signage and make sure that folks can see us from as far away as possible. Well, ownership growth continues. We are sitting right now at 1,671. That's just unbelievable. No startup food co-op has ever opened with that many owners. So we're already breaking our own. Every new owner we get, we're breaking our own record. So really cool, and we finished the year strong. Over an owner a day is the goal, and you can see the last 2 years we beat that goal, and every year we keep increasing. So really exciting. No promises, Rich and board, that we're going to beat that this year. Those are really hard numbers to beat, but we'll do our best, and we're so grateful for everyone who decides to come join us. And we know that anyone who joins us before we get open is going to get their name on this ownership wall. Maybe that's why the construction delays keep happening. They want us to just have the most founding owners absolutely possible. So that's very nice of them. So here's an example of an ownership wall somewhere. And then here is our new marketing coordinator, Kim, in our foyer last night as we kind of look at some of the walls and kind of start to game plan the space and where we're going to put all 1,800 of these names. I still have it stuck in my head that we're going to get to 1,800 names. So that's going to be it's a big project. It's a big project and a lot of work to get all these names up there and correct and beautiful. So one of Kimberly's first projects with us. We've been, throughout this, if you guys don't know, we'll actually be the 4th food co-op in Virginia. I learned of another one about a month ago, but they're kind of smaller, and I don't know anyone there yet. I will, but our two kind of sister co-ops that are closer with, and I've actually known both the general managers for almost 2 decades now. Bruce at Roanoke and Steve at Friendly City. We've started to collaborate on, we've already made a purchase together, kind of pooling resources and kind of getting some discounts by buying together. And we're planning some other things, whether it's some marketing buys together or even just some t-shirts, some Virginia kind of co-op t-shirts. We're kind of starting to talk about and brainstorm all the ways that we can work together. And I feel really lucky to have these 2 great stores and great general managers to help us get going. And actually, Steve here at Friendly City is already helping me. Their wellness manager is Tina Owens, is helping us get some of our accounts and wellness purchases going. Wellness is a huge department with over 100 different direct vendors, and she's helping us get set up with a lot of those folks. Classes, of course, continue on. We had a little bit of break for the holiday and the new year, but we are back, and next week, or in the next 7 days or so, we've got 2. So there's Adams that I talked about, the traditional Jewish food. That's going to be awesome next Tuesday. And then Faye Krause on our Motivational Mondays on the 18th. Talking New Year's resolutions, and are they out of date, or do we need them now more than ever? So those should be 2 classes. And if you haven't attended any of our classes, they're a lot of fun. Of course, they're totally free, 100% open to the public. Don't have to be an owner. So feel free to share them with friends, family. You don't even have to be in Virginia. So they're a lot of fun. And if you want to see any of our past classes, which you've had some great ones, they're all on our YouTube page. If the construction photos are your favorite part about this presentation, well, you should come to our next Wednesday walkthrough. We're opening the doors. We were doing it a little more often, but since it's gotten colder, actually, they're a little less fun. They're still very fun, and it's still warm in there, but we just don't have as much daylight to work with. So we're doing one later in January. I think it's going to be on the 20th. There may be a complication with that date, but so it could be the 27th. We will see. But it's a lot of fun. We walk around. You kind of get to see the very up-to-date progress of the store and ask a bunch of questions, and watch me talk for like an hour straight with a mask on. It's fun. Oyster Pop-Ups, we've had a few of these already, and we've got another one scheduled. Hopefully, if anybody is on our events committee is on this call, don't freak out. I just confirmed this date with Rogue today, but so next Saturday, not this coming, but next Saturday, Rogue Oysters will be with us again at the store at 320 Jefferson Davis Highway, and we will be there picking up and buying local seafood. So come, the ordering will be up soon. Check out our Facebook page if you're interested. We'll have all the info on there. And then, I've been trying to end all these with some co-ops doing good. And this is an awesome one from Whole Foods Co-op. So don't get confused. There are a bunch of co-ops around the country actually called Whole Foods. And it stinks because that's now obviously a very famous brand. But these were around before the actual other grocery store, Whole Foods. But Whole Foods Co-op, this is a mural they did, focusing on food access and social justice. And really this story kind of really excited me because it made me think about our big giant wall that we have in the back of our store now on our new cooler, that we will have, about this much space probably to do some really cool mural project sometime, I'd say in the next year or two. So made me think about kind of the possibilities for us in the back of our store. All right, guys, that's your January update. I'm going to stop sharing here, and we will take some questions if there are any.
The first question was from Susan, who's asking, are we going to be harvesting from the green wall? And how is the green wall maintained?
First answer is no. Though I have seen this, there is this kind of push to have growing heads of lettuce in your store on your wall. I think I've seen it in Europe kind of taken off, that you can like turn out a head of lettuce in 14 days or something, and then you actually start growing growing your own product. We will not be selling, there'll be mostly ferns and, other kinds of, non-edible plants. So no, we won't be eating any of this stuff. How it's maintained is through an expensive contract that I sign with these professional green wall maintainers. So they come down every month and make sure the temperature is right and make sure it's getting enough water and make sure that the light that's on it is right and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we have another company maintain it. Trust me, I'm already planning on hopefully cutting ties with them if it seems easy and we can do that, and we can maintain it ourselves. We'll try to save that cost if we can. But yeah, we will have the professionals maintain it for a while because it's a big investment and it's in a very visible place. So the last thing we want is dead, dying plants on our cafe wall. So we're going to let the pros deal with it for a little bit.
So a related question, are you willing to have your photo taken with any new co-op owner at the green wall?
Yes, of course. Yes, my last co-op made Chris coupon hugs because they know how much it would upset me. So they would randomly give out Chris coupon hugs to people. So yes, the general manager is a mascot and a clown, and I'm up for it all. So yes, if a picture in front of the green wall is getting off easy.
Okay, Marsha is hoping that that you're all getting the needed rest because this is a huge, intense project. From a board perspective, we don't really care. Just kidding, just kidding.
Yeah, sleep, I sleep pretty good. I don't have much of a life right now, and the pandemic is helping that. So this is, I have a lot of time to focus on this, and to be honest, it's a lot of fun. Some of it is problem solving and not fun, and then some of it is, designing metal sculpture projects for Route 1. So it's a good balance of kind of fun and work. So I'm definitely getting sleep. Now ask me, a week after we've been open, and I'll probably have very little sleep. Those are the hardest days, but this is fun, and thank you. Thanks so much for your concern.
Chris, you mentioned volunteer opportunities in one of your slides. What are you thinking about as far as that goes?
So that was another little plug for our door hangers and walking the streets of Fredericksburg and hanging door hangers on doors, a couple weeks before we get open. So it's going to be a big job. We want to cover a lot of miles and a lot of neighborhoods. So yeah, so it's going to be a big job. We're just in the process of kind of planning that out and mapping it out, literally. And then we'll have an idea of kind of how many folks we need and how many hours it's going to take, and put a call out there for folks. But if you're interested, please shoot me an email anytime. I can throw my email address in the chat here if you don't already have it. I feel like I recognize just about everybody here, but yeah, so it's right now the main opportunity is for helping us with door hangers and our grand opening marketing.
Okay, wonderful. Patrick Newstadter is asking about what electronics are available, phone connections and things of that sort.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Patrick, you want to unmute?
Going to the wrong place. Okay, yeah, sorry, but on the thing you talked about the electronics and wiring, and you mentioned phones, but does that mean just that we'll be have Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah, so I was kind of talking about like the store phones.
Okay.
So yeah, we won't have a pay phone or anything like that. But we'll certainly have public Wi-Fi to use.
Okay.
Definitely. But I was more talking about the store getting all of our electronics needs set up.
But and the cameras would be what, like security cameras?
Yeah, security cameras. I'll be honest, I've only done cameras in one other store, and I don't love them. They feel kind of unco-op for a lot of reasons. But man, I'm telling you, if you have an injury or you have a burglary or something, they just become so important. So we won't have a ton of them. It's not Big Brother. We're not going to be watching down every aisle, anything like that. But, the cash registers, the exits and entrances, the beer and wine aisle, kind of the main places will have cameras.
Yeah.
Chris, if I'm sitting in the outside cafe, will I be able to get Wi-Fi?
Definitely. Yeah. So we're putting in extra, what are they called? Some tech person will probably get it. Anyway, we're putting in extra like points. So definitely they have to be, and we already went out and kind of mapped out. Yeah, we want it to be, I hate to say it, you'll probably get it sitting in your car, just past our cafe. So hopefully it doesn't stretch that far. We don't want you just sitting in your car, but yeah, so it's going to stretch outside to the cafe 100%.
Okay, excellent. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Amanda's asking about LED lights. Is that what will be used in the store?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, excellent. I saw some really cool light fixtures. Do you want anything to mention about that?
Yeah, so LEDs will be the majority of the overhead store lights, kind of just like the base lighting, and then we will have some accent lighting around the store. And I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I think even all those are LED. And then, Rich, the things you saw were these barn lantern kind of lights that are going to be outside. These really copper, cool fixtures that are going to be outside in the cafe or on the patio. And then we'll also have some of those copper light fixtures inside the store in the cafe and a couple other areas for kind of accent lighting.
Terrific. They're beautiful. Christina is saying she came in late. Has a potential opening date been shared?
It hasn't been shared, but why not talk about it now? So we just got an updated construction schedule. Actually, my board hasn't even heard this, but it looks like they've got about 6 to 7 weeks of construction left. I can actually really quickly just tell you what has to happen. The final HVAC unit has to go in, the heating and cooling has to get turned on, then the floor has to go down, then the coolers have to go in, then all the other equipment has to get installed, and then the store gets painted. Or actually the store gets painted before the rest of the equipment. So it sounds like a lot, but anyway, 6 to 7 weeks is what they're predicting. And then our store setup time is sometime between 2 and 3 weeks. So after the construction has left. So right now I'm penciling in, the middle of March for an opening date. We don't have that. One of the big holdups here has been this final HVAC unit. We finally have a date on that, a delivery on that. So that's really the last hurdle that we really have unless we hit something completely unknown. So that's what it's looking like right now is somewhere in mid-March.
Ernie and Lynn are suggesting contacting the Fredericksburg Art Commission about the sculpture, that they may be helpful. So that's something I know we talked about. Okay,
very cool. I'm actually, I'm just going to help with the design of this thing, and then I am hopefully not going to be super involved. We'll see. I think we have a volunteer kind of helping us do some of the city kind of red tape stuff. But I'm sure that connection will be helpful. So thank you, Lynn.
So Marcia is suggesting that maybe we want to skip the houses with co-op signs when we do the door hangers. And door hangers can advertise that one is not home. So I'm just sharing that.
Man, she is pinching pennies harder than me. I would say people with a co-op sign deserve a coupon more than anyone. But I like where your head's at on cost savings.
Okay. Let me see here. Oh, so Liz is asking about newspaper coverage.
Rich, you can speak kind of more coherently about this. We haven't had a story on this in a while. The last story we had was about the beginning of construction and the upcoming hiring. But I know we've had good coverage from the Freelance Star throughout our 5 years. We probably have a story coming due, and we probably want to save it, obviously, for our opening.
Yes.
Rich, go ahead. What else?
Well, I think you're exactly right. The Freelance Star will only do so many stories, so getting one for our opening would be really, really cool.
You know what, though, Rich, someone just emailed me today that they said we were mentioned in a Forbes article in Forbes. Do you know about that?
Yep, we can share that story.
Oh, are you about to share it right now?
Nope, but I'm about to share the link for people who want to join the co-op because someone is asking.
Oh,
and
cool.
Nothing makes me happier than people joining the co-op.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, Forbes. How about that, huh? That's better than some local newspaper, eh?
Okay. So I think I captured everyone's questions.
All right.
But so 1,800, Chris.
Yeah, we're 130 away. We can do this.
So we have pretty much most of the people here are already co-op owners. So what advice would you give them in terms of getting other folks to become co-op owners? They're just curious.
You mean besides the picture with me? That's not enough?
Well, but they have to wait till you have the green wall up.
Right. Well, I would say, what a great time to support a locally owned business who's out there, buying from local farms and planning with local farmers for next season's crops. And you still have, looks like 2 months to get your name on that founding owners wall and what's going to be just a gorgeous foyer with our local state map. I think that's going to be a really awesome entrance to the store, and yeah, you got to get your name on that.
Excellent. So before we sign off, any parting words of wisdom, Chris?
Oh man, I'm so bad at this. Well, I would just say, obviously yesterday was a crazy day. And I don't know, sometimes I don't consider myself very wise. So saying wise things, it's not my wheelhouse, but I'll just say that sometimes when crazy things happen, I think about some of the good that I'm doing in my life or that I have in my life. And for me, because a lot of my life revolves around food co-ops, it usually ends up being a part of a business that's doing good in our community and beyond. And I've always felt like, I've always felt like I'm doing a very small part by working at a food co-op and shopping at a food co-op. And I'm just really excited and grateful for all the other folks who are helping me get this store open and who have inspired us to get this store open. And I'm excited to get this thing open and kind of bring all that to the community. So I don't know, not wise, but sometimes when craziness is happening, you try to think about the good things in your life and the good things that you're hopefully doing, the positive things. And that was one thing I was struck with kind of yesterday.
It sounds like good wisdom to me, Chris.
We'll take it. All right. Well, thanks everybody for for coming tonight and being such good participants. And yeah, our next update the store should be just about finished, and we should have a whole probably team photo of staff members. So really cool. The next one will be really great.
Thanks, Chris. Great job. Thanks for all the work you're doing.
Have a great night.